Why are you not as productive as you used to be? Maybe you're procrastinating more, maybe you're staying longer in bed, and you're just wondering, well, am I burnt out or am I lazy? And there's a lot of overlap between those two concepts, but I think it's very important to distinguish them right now and to figure out, what is it? Am I depressed? Am I just lazy? Because there's very different advice that results from that. If you're lazy, you got to push yourself more. If you're burned out, you got to relax more and you got to take more care of yourself. And that's right the opposite. And let's imagine you're actually burned out and you're pushing yourself even more into a burnout, or you relax and you're just lazy and you relax even more. It's horrible. And you got to figure out what's the right advice right now for you. So let's try to distinguish that in a sense a little bit. First of all, I researched the definition of burnout. Burnout is an emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion that is caused by stress. But on top of that, you did not have the ability to cope with all this stress. That's the definition. Also, 75% of people in the US have experienced symptoms of a burnout. 75%. So generally our society, especially the US, also Europe, is very much performance oriented and very much about doing, hustling, this hustle culture in a sense, and not doing anything. There's a negative connotation to that. That's why people experience often those burnout symptoms. Now I have a couple of points where you can actually distinguish that. So you're probably burned out if you are, for example, feeling disconnected from everything. You feel like you're on an autopilot, you're detached in a sense from yourself. You experience maybe this depersonalizations where you kind of like observe yourself from the outside and you just observe your life, and it's like all very numb and empty. That's probably burnout. Maybe even depression. Depression and burnout is highly connected. There's even more overlap in a sense. So feeling disconnected. Also, conscientiousness. That's a personality trait that is 60 to 70% genetics. Right? So there's a lot you cannot do about this. And if you in the past, if you have always been high on conscientiousness and being organized and structured and motivated and doing all your things, and now you're not anymore, chances are that you are actually burned out. Because if it's a personality trait, and it should be the same in the past as well, but it states you have been high on conscientiousness and now things changed. You don't just turn lazy, because lazy in a sense is also a personality trait. So if you have always been lazy, okay, then chances are you're just lazy and not burned out. But if you have been a high performer in the past for a long period of time and now not anymore, chances are you're just burned out. So think about that. What about you? How was your past? Did things change, or have you always been like that? Very important to notice that. Also, if you lost your passion in business, sports, your interests in general, maybe you hate your work at this point, but you used to love it or you used to like it. And things you actually have been generally passionate about, you're not passionate about it anymore, and you're asking yourself why, like what changed? Why am I not liking all that? You're generally losing interest in life and things you used to like. That's also a pretty decent hint that you're not lazy, you're burned out or depressed. Also being moody, a very important point. Lazy people are relaxed. They're not moody. If you're burned out, you're moody, everything is too much, everything annoys you also in a sense, because you've been so stressed in the past and you didn't have the ability to cope with it, that you have a very thin protection, emotional protection layer. So you get very quickly moody and annoyed. But lazy people are not like that. They're chilled. They're relaxed. That's also a very clear hint of what's going on. Also self-care. Are you neglecting your self-care? Lazy people usually are not neglecting their self-care, especially if they didn't do that in the past. Again, did this change occur? Are you not taking care of yourself properly? How about social connections? That's also part of self-care. How about sports? How about grooming yourself? Are you eating less? Are you sleeping less or more? Or is it generally messed up, your sleep? Also important symptom, your sleep habits. Are you sleeping through? Are you having struggles to sleep, to start actually sleeping? Or are you actually having struggles to sleep through the entire night and you wake up in between? Like, lazy people are not having this messed up sleep pattern. Yes, maybe they go to bed at 2 a.m., but then they sleep well. Are you sleeping well? Yeah. And also last one, gradual change. So burnout develops in stages. And usually for the people who have burnout, they're a little bit surprised because they just don't notice it. They just work, and then get feedback from the outside, but they are like, what are they talking about? And at some point they wake up and they cannot work anymore. But actually, if you take a closer look and if you reflect with those people, they are very well aware of that. Yes, I got the feedback before, and yes, I worked a little too hard, and there was a gradual change. If that occurs, then you're probably also having a burnout, which is connected to this other point where when you used to be high on conscientiousness and now things changed. How has it been in the past? And if there's this gradual change, also hint that you're burned out. Okay, couple of points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If most of them resonated, you're probably having a burnout. Don't push yourself so much. Maybe it's not even time to get back into this high performance mode. I'm personally, when clients come to me and they say, hey, I'm having a burnout, I need to get back at it, back at like my work, my job, my career, my business, and just want to, put it up again. I'm very hesitant to just take this need and this want and just say, yeah, okay, let's do that. Because this circumstance that you found yourself in, the type of business, the type of job, all that, where the reason also for why you're having the burnout, and now just fixing you and going back into the same environment, it's probably not going to work. So the question is also, how does your life needs to be different so you can function well? You probably ignored a couple of needs and deep values of yours. And the question is also just about re-evaluating life. What do you really want? While still making money. Important point, very important point. If you want to figure that out, maybe become a bit more clear about what is going on. Maybe you're just lazy and you need to build some productivity habits. Also can help you with that. I wrote an entire book about building habits, in German though. Or whether it's about burnout, I can help you with both. I suggest you schedule a call with me, and then we schedule a full hour strategy call. So the first call is just like a half an hour call. I gather some information, whether we're a good fit and get to know you more. Then in the second call, it's a 1 hour strategy call. I prepare for that and we work out together a strategy, a very tangible, individualized strategy for you, how you can overcome that and either become more productive again, or maybe make a couple of transitions in your life that are helpful and make you function again very well. So again, just press the link below. You have nothing to lose. For how long do you want to wait? I know you're burned out or you're lazy and it's a bit annoying right now and you don't have the energy, but you just gotta press on the link, fill in the survey and talk to an expert. And even if we don't work together on the long run, it's fine. You still get this 1 hour for free. And I'm not gonna be your best friend. I'm just gonna tell you what I think and gonna tell you based on the experience, the 400 people I coached, the 100 entrepreneurs I coached, if you're an entrepreneur, what I've seen so far and what helps and what doesn't. This call will be already a game changer and helps you already to make a couple of changes. So let's talk soon. Otherwise, I hope you have a good day and I'll talk to you hopefully at some point soon.